guys have a beautiful night for a home game. A lot of times when you have a home game, it changes the way you play.
Yeah.
So these guys are going to come out. They're going to come out ready to go. They're going to come out tough. They're going to have to face a very, very tough. You said 16 points in the last 3 games. Very, very tough Canandaigua defense. So we'll see how it shakes out as we unload tonight. But I'm going to tell you, this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. A lot of fun to see these guys go at it. And there's a lot of excitement out on the field right now.
Absolutely. One more time, we are going to be simulcasting live on the Rock Sports Network Facebook page. I am amped. I'm ready to go. I am jacked. And I'll tell you what, how cool is the Spartan mascot down there on the sideline, Greg? You see him right down there? He doesn't have a name, so we're just going to call him Sparty.
Sparty is not only cool looking, but he's stacked. He's got muscles. He's got the mohawk working. And I also want to point out, I want you to take a look over here as the Canandaigua team rushes out to the center of the field and it's introduced as a team.
As a team.
I want you to look over here at the Canandaigua fans. I don't think there's a team in Section 5. I don't know what level has a team in Section 5 who travels better than the Canandaigua fans. They are here in force.
Right on, man. There it is. I'll tell you what, Greg, real quick, just before they introduce the Gates Chi-Li Spartans, there is a pivotal Class A matchup taking place today. The Wilson Magnet Wildcats and the Eastridge Lancers are playing tonight at Eastridge in a battle of the 3-0 teams. Someone's always got to go. Make your pick.
I've got my money on the Eastridge Lancers. I love their Coach Green.
Yep.
That guy is creative. You know why he's so creative? He teaches elementary art. The guy is absolutely fantastic, Coach. I love the way they play their offense. They've got a stout defense, but the way they develop character there. Coach Green does nothing but work on character, making sure the kids win and win the right way, make sure the kids take care of things inside of school and outside of school. I love that guy. I love the character he's building in that program. He's going to win that game tonight.
There you heard it, folks, and I agree. I agree for all of those reasons, and I'm just taking the home team. I'm going with Eastridge at home. I think at a game of that magnitude and being as pivotal as it is, I'll tell you what, between Spencerport, Canandaigua, and Victor, Coach, we're looking at 3 possible 6-1 teams, so that'll be a nightmare in the seedings.
As we get toward the end, if that holds true, as we get toward the end, it's going to be a tricky seeding battle. That's why you want to score as many points as you can. As you work through, you want to really win games with confidence. You don't want to just win games, but you want to win games with confidence. You want to come out of the game with a certain aura that you just not only won the game on the scoreboard, but you won the game on the field. And at times, there's a difference between winning this game on the scoreboard and winning the game on the field. I think Canandaigua is going to do both today.
All right, there you have it, folks. We are going to step aside for the national anthem right here on the station for Braves Nation, Chosen Spot Radio.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
welcome in fans once again to Canandaigua Braves football here on the station for Braves Nation, Chosen Spot Radio, and live simulcast on the Rock Sports Network. First half brought to you by Lattimore Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Captains are out on the field right now for Gage Chila. You've got number 27, Blake Pelosi. He is a 5'7", 170 senior. Number 64, that's Antonio Zona. Number 3, that's Samuel Wright the fourth. And number 51, that's Zachary Piazzu. And for Canandaigua, you've got Matt Verheil, you've got Seth Vigneri, Chase Morgan, and I can't see the other one. The view is blocked, but here is the coin toss. Home team calls, and they are going to defer. So Gage Chili wins the toss, and I guarantee you, I am pretty sure Canandaigua, I don't know, Greg, you agree Canandaigua's going to want to draw first blood. Are they going to take the ball first?
That's a good question. They're stepping it off right now.
And they are.
Canandaigua taking the ball
the
first.
Mad Dog.
You know, that's a great move. You want to take the ball first. You want to
Always.
establish yourself as an offensive pressure. You want to make sure that the other team knows if you touch the ball, you're in trouble. So they took the ball. We'll see what they can do with it on this first kickoff.
And that other captain for Canandaigua was, of course, Dalton Boylan. So once again, joining us on Rock Sports Network for their Section 5 football game of the week, Lattimore currently offers 25 clinics throughout the Rochester area, including nearby locations in Pittsford and Webster. More than 50 certified physical therapists have experience in treating most conditions and sports injuries, and in most cases are able to offer initial consultations within 24 hours for your convenience. LattimorePT.com, and Lattimore is LATTIMOREPT.com. Now, Coach, what's that tell you that Canandaigua is already out there ready to go before Gage Chili even broke our pregame huddle?
So I'm going to pick up where we left off last week at the half. At the half, Canandaigua came out and they were first on the field. They ran out while the other team jogged out. They were ready while the other team was getting ready. Today, to start this game, they picked up where they left off the second half last weekend. They ran on the field. They were ready first. They said, Coach, we got enough coaching. We are ready to play. So here comes the kickoff.
Sammy B back deep to receive here on the near side. I believe on the far side. I believe that's Domcom. Might be... It is Dominic Camella. I think we're going to see a lot of him today. He's going to field it right about the 5, run up the right hand edge. He's got a little bit of an alley and a seam. He's going to get up the midfield. He's going to break it down the right-hand side, and he is going to finally be brought down around the 22-yard line.
22-yard line. What a run. And I'm going to tell you, it was beautiful. He was patient. He grabbed that ball just inside the 10-yard line. He was patient. He waited. He's got a few different gears, but he didn't hop top gear for a while. He waited. He looked to the right. The wall set up to the right. He hit the sidelines, ran past some tacklers, and got pulled down from behind. Great pursuit angle. Here we go.
About a 75-yard run, baby. Seth Vigneri, the single setback for Canandaigua. Twins on the near side, single on the far side. Hand off to Vigneri. Off the left-hand side, gets to the edge, and he's going to get it down to about the 11-yard line before being brought down by Daniel Tantello, 5'9", 165 seniors.
What a beautiful piece of blocking there. The running back gets the ball from the right to the left. Lyman pulled down, just crushed from left to right. Make a beautiful seal, a beautiful wall. It goes off tackle left, gets tackled by the linebacker for a huge gain. Nice work by the offensive line. You should thank them after the game.
1st and 10 from the 10. 1st and goal. Handoff. Nope. Play action is going to be kept by Boldrin, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage by number 64, Antonio Zona, a 6'1", 180 senior.
Braves working from the left hash mark, working to the short side of the field, they're working to the near side, working toward the gate sidelines. They gave themselves a little bit of field, a little bit of counter, fake. Quarterback kept it to the left. No gain there. We'll see what they do with the setup.
2nd and 14 from the 15. Here is the play. Action goes to Vigneri. He's going to bull his way down inside the 10. And nice little job of protecting the ball there by Seth Vigneri.
Not only protecting the ball, but dodging that blitz. They had an outside linebacker blitz. He came full tilt from the outside right down the line. Vigneri dodges him, gets right up the middle for good yardage.
Brian Boldrin, the sophomore, in. Seth Vigneri gets the handoff. No play action. Boldrin looking to the corner, throws across, and it is complete. I couldn't see the number. That's J.C. Clifford. J.C. Clifford is going to knock it down for the 8 Nope, for the 15, what was that, 8 yards?
That was about 8 yards.
8 yards, 8-yard touchdown pass. Canandaigua draws first blood.
Classic drag pattern from the left to the right. Quarterback rolls right. He's got it faked inside. He moves to his right. The tight end drags all the way across the field. Wide open. Linebackers couldn't find him. Linebackers couldn't cover him. Easy touchdown for the Braves.
10-28, Canandaigua draws first blood. Here is Matt Verheil. The snap. It's down. It's up. It's good. So with 10:28 left to play, Canandaigua draws first blood, 7-0. We're going to step aside. You are watching on Rock Sports Network and listening here on the station for Braves Nation, Chosen Spot Radio.
I sprained my left knee. They did so much to help me at
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
With 20 locations throughout Monroe and Livingston County, pain relief is never more than minutes away. Same-day appointments available. Most insurance accepted. Call 1-888-PT-ROCHS.
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
The Bill Gray's Chai Light Tap Room, now open.
I'm watching live on Rock Sports Network. First half brought to you by Lattimore Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab, LattimorePT.com. Scotty Green is listening live here on Chosen Spot Radio. So capping off a 22-yard drive off of that awesome run back by Domcom. Domcom set that up. Dominic Camella set that touchdown up with a huge run back. Here is Matt Verheil. The PAT was good, 7-0. Picks it up right around the 7-yard line. He's going to bring it over here to the left-hand side. And that tackle looks like it was made, I don't know, I can't see. Couldn't see the number, Greg.
It was a nice little return. They had a bit of a wedge set up. It was a wedge just off to the right side. He actually came close to springing that through the second line. He got through the first, almost got through the second. It was that tackler or the kicker that was going to take him down. Nice tackle, good blocking. Let's see what these Spartans have to offer. See if they can answer that huge drive by the Braves. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Here is the snap. The pitch goes over to the left-hand side. And met right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. Brought down by a tribe of Indians led by number 43, Wesley Allen. Great job penetrating into the backfield. The outside linebacker got deep into the backfield, probably 3 yards in the backfield. That makes that running back, he can't get outside. He can't take his lane. He's got to plant and turn up a little bit sooner than he wanted to. And just a host of Braves there on the ball.
All right, so we're going under center. Gates Chilai. 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle. Nothing doing. Met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Looks like that carry was Blake Pelosi. Nothing doing. Well, they're going to give him a yard. Hey, how about that LED box over on the far side?
I'm telling you, if you haven't been out to this field, you got to come out to Gates Shiloh and see what's going on.
They don't mess around.
Absolutely gorgeous, and they have an LED down and distance markers. third down and 8. They challenge the middle of that Braves defense, and there is not much room in the middle of that defense.
Jacob Antonelli is the starting quarterback, 5'7", 180 senior. I formation. No step, swing pass over to the far side. He's got a man, but he's met there almost immediately by, and again, that's number 17, Nate McClain.
Nice play. Waited for it. Quick pass left. The receiver just kind of settled right there at the line of scrimmage. Got him the ball very quickly. Give him the ball in space. See if your athlete can do a little something for you. Great job on not only the quarterback rotating up, but also the free safety rotated up to the right and made a beautiful play.
4th and 5, so 3 and out for the Gates Chilai Spartans on their first offensive series, and I think they needed to answer there. They do not want to let Canandaigua jump out to a big lead here, and it is going to be played, and it does end up hitting the carpet there. Looked like again, Nate McClain couldn't play that as cleanly as he wanted to. We're going to stay right here and we'll talk about it. What did we see? How important was it for Gates Chilai to at least get a first down or a couple of those in that offensive series?
Nobody wants to go 4 and out. Nobody. But I'm going to tell you something that was very, very important there. It wasn't a long kick. It wasn't a great kick. But the Canandaigua receiver came up, caught that ball before it hit the turf. That was a good job and probably saved 20 yards.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for Canandaigua from their own 39. Matt Verheil on the sweep is going to get the handoff. He's going to get up to about the 44-yard line before being pushed out of bounds by number 2, Devin Walton, a 5'8", 170 senior.
I love that. But what I love most about that play, it was a beautiful handoff, beautiful work into the Spartan sideline. But we had a pulling guard out in front of that play doing a great job of getting downfield. It's really hard to get outside and downfield as an offensive lineman. Good job.
2nd and 4, Sammy B in motion. Baldwin hands off to Seth Vigneri. Nice spin move to avoid the contact. Gets into Gage Chilai territory. They're going to move the chains before being brought down by just about everybody on Gage Chilai. We'll say it was led by number 33, James Harris, the 4th.
Vigneri plants 2 feet right in front of the tackler, working to the short side of the field. Plants 2 feet and just spins. The tackler grabs air. He spins and grabs another handful of yards, probably 8 to finish that off.
Dominic Camella now, player of the game twice thus far this season. Play action. Here's Baldwin going long downfield. He's got a man. It's Matt Verheil, and it's good. 45-yard touchdown pass from Baldwin to Verheil. And Canandaigua 13-0.
That's his favorite pattern. He's got the receiver far on the right. He drops back. He's looking deep. He hits a post pattern from right, breaking to the post left, puts that ball on the money. He didn't miss a stride running that thing down. Got good height on the ball, got good distance on the ball. Receiver got there with full stride, full speed. It wasn't bad coverage, but they just couldn't keep up with him.
No, Matt Verheil, once he had a couple steps on his defender, he was gone. And the PAT is good. So with 7:43 left to play, capping off a 61-yard touchdown drive, Canandaigua jumps out to a 14-0 lead. And fans at Lattimore Physical Therapy, their physical therapists enjoy the work they do and bring a positive attitude to their patients' therapy experience. They want their patients' therapy to be something they look forward to each and every session. If patients tell their friends and family about their success at Lattimore, they know they've done their job. LattimorePT.com.
This is Jeff Welch, head football coach at Canandaigua. You are listening to Chosen Spot Radio.
All right, our first ever live simulcast on Rock Sports Network. You know, Coach, we've simulcast before down in New York City on the Apple. We've simulcast on the Canandaigua School District YouTube page, but never here on Rock Sports Network.
Now, this is a good experience. I absolutely love the fact that we've got a couple of ways to outlet this game. Everybody should be tuning in. If you're a Braves fan, no matter where you are, you can see what's happening here.
All right, here is Verheil. Nice to see him back out on the field. Fielded by one of the up men, number 23. He's got room to run along the hand side, and Matt Verheil, the kicker, is going to push him out of bounds, give him a chest shiver. That was number 23, Adam Williams, a 6'4", 210 junior.
Anybody who thinks that this Spartan offense and this Spartan special teams is not dynamic, you better look again. These guys can score at any point in time. Now, I know they've got a few losses stacked up. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about their ability to score on any given play. And right there, if the kicker doesn't knock him out of bounds, he's racking up 6.
Come on, Coach Benham has been here for 29 years. He knows what he's doing. Here's a man in motion. That's Devin Walton. And direct snap is going to go to the back, and he is going to come up short. And looks like one of the Gage Chilai linemen is having a little bit of trouble with a lower appendage. So we're going to have a timeout, and we are going to have him checked out by the trainer. Like I said, came up short of midfield. Tell you what, fans, we are going to step aside and raise a little bit of revenue while we deal with this injury. You are watching on Rock Sports Network and listening here on the station for Braves Nation, Chosen Spot Radio.
Hi, I'm Zach Ralph. We've been selling cars for more than 80 years. We're family-owned, family-run, 3 generations strong.
Come see the 2020 Hondas. There's something for every lifestyle.
Whatever you're looking for in your next car, you'll find it at Ralph Honda.
Bill Gray's Burgers and Fish Fries are Rochester's choice because of this, and this, a lot of these, and mostly that.
Gimme, Bill Gray's.
Daddy had surgery and his pain was put to ease.
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
Hi, I'm Steve Ralph. We've been selling cars for more than 80 years. Our best values are available right now at Ralph Honda.
Come see the 2020 Hondas. There's something for every lifestyle.
Whatever you're looking for in your next car, you'll find it at Ralph Honda.
Does is tailored to meet your specific needs from concept to final product. We can perfect your ideas, and our attention to detail is unrivaled. Check them out at m3apparel.com. All right, fans, that was number 75, Nico Monday the 3rd. He is going to walk off under his own power. And once again, want to thank Lattimore Physical Therapy for their sponsorship of the first half here on Rock Sports Network, the Section 5 football game of the week. And here is a 2nd and 8. Here is a pass. They're going to air it out. Oh, and it's caught. What a fantastic over-the-shoulder catch by Devin Walton from Blake Siplin. They brought in another quarterback. They brought in Blake Siplin. They aired it out. And great job by Devin Walton to get under that.
Talk about courage on both ends. First of all, the quarterback throws the ball into triple coverage. There were 3 Braves there defending. But he just made the toughest catch in football. He's looking over his left shoulder. The ball drifts back behind him. He completely turns his back to the ball, catches the ball over his right shoulder in triple coverage. A fantastic play.
Almost 50 yards, Greg, but that sets them up 1st and 10 from the 12. Here is Siplin, hands off up the middle, and he's met at the line of scrimmage by Wesley Allen, and then he is brought down with a little bit of attitude by J.C. Clifford, and trying to get the number on who that was running it, but it was number 33. That was James Harris, the 4th.
Ball on the right hash mark, gets to the right hash mark and just takes a little plant with the right foot and cuts right up off of center. Now the initial push was with the Gates line, but Canandaigua locked in and pushed back to finish that run backwards with a short gain of 1, maybe 1.5.
2nd and 9 from the 11. Siplin in at quarterback now, looks left, and overthrows his intended receiver almost, only a couple yards away from being a lateral. The intended receiver over on the left-hand side, Samuel Wright the 4th, a 5'9", 175 senior.
Fired it from the right hash all the way outside the left hash. Didn't go far downfield, but it was a long pass. Now that was troubling. Had that pass been on the mark, they had a little mismatch on the Braves defense. They had 1 receiver out there with the ball. They had 2 receivers in coverage. So unless those defenders come off that coverage, they had a chance. There was a good play overthrowing.
3rd and 9 from the 11 for Gage Chilai. Siplin goes across. He's going to get picked off. He's picked off by Seth Vigneri, and Vigneri is going to run up the left-hand side before being brought out of bounds right around the 23.
I always like to give credit where credit's due. Great coverage by Vigneri. Catches the ball right at the goal line. Good job on the defensive backfield. Up front, that defensive line had pressure in 3 ways. They had pressure coming from the middle. They had pressure coming from the quarterback's left. They had pressure coming from the quarterback's right. He got rid of that ball with perfect timing. That line pressure didn't get to him, but it certainly influenced his passing and put it into an interception.
So that interception will result in 1st and 10 for Canandaigua from the 23. Sammy B in motion. Jet sweep is going to pick it up. He's got room to run around the right-hand side. He's got the 1st down, and he is going to make it up to about the 38-yard line. He had great blocking out there by the nightmare Joey Urlacher before being brought down by number 33, James Harris, the 4th.
You know, we talk about the line blocking all the time. That time it was the receivers. The line held their own, of course, but the receivers, he wasn't touched before he was 13 yards downfield. That's receiver blocking out there.
Absolutely. So Dominic Camelli, your single setback. Here is the handoff to Camella off the left-hand side, comes up short of both the 1st down and midfield. It's going to bring up probably about a yard to go. Maybe 2, 2nd and 2.
They love to do the counter movement with Dom. He moves to his right, gets the handoff, moves back to his left. He doubles up on that football. 2 hands on the ball. Protection is the main name of the game. Nice job.
Thanks for joining us here on Chosen Spa Radio and Rock Sports Network. Sam Bennett in motion. Boldrin rolls out to the right, extends the pocket, and lets it go downfield, and it's going to be incomplete to Matt Vierheil.
That ball was thrown low and it was thrown outside. But sometimes when you throw the ball low and outside, it's still a good pass. The only person that was going to get their hands on that football was his receiver. So he threw it low, he threw it outside, and that's a good pass. It didn't equate to an equation. The equation wasn't a reception, but it was a good pass low and outside where nobody else could get to it.
All right, here we go. Third down. Here is the keeper by Boldrin. He's got first down yardage. He is in to Gage Chili territory before being brought down by Daniel Tantello, a 5'9", 165 senior.
He is very comfortable running that football. He makes it look easy. Gives a little bit of fake one way, gets outside in a comfortable fashion so you don't think he's got the ball until he turns on the jets.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the Gage Chili 45-yard line. Clock is stopped at 4:38. Looks like an official's timeout over on the far side. One more time, a shout out to everybody watching on Rock Sports Network's Facebook page. First half sponsored by Lattimore Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab, LattimorePT.com. Here is the handoff up the middle, and that is number 20. Was that number 20? Yeah, number 27, and that is Chris Taylor. So they're bringing in Chris Taylor to do some running, and that he is the beneficiary of that injury to Zach Wanta.
It was amazing. I didn't even see him hit the ground. He did like 3 donuts as he was rolling forward. He got his hands down, he got his feet down, he got his hands down. I couldn't believe how he kept his feet and kept moving forward. That was amazing.
Donuts. Now you got me hungry. Boldrin in, stops, hits Urlacher on the slant. Urlacher gets away from the first contact, and he's going to get down, and he's going to pick up the first down. That was all the nightmare, Joey Urlacher, once he made the catch. He picked up, 6-7 yards after the initial contact.
2 key points to that reception. Quick, short drop, quick pass. Urlacher works his way back to the football, catches the ball from the right, moving to the left, and then he puts on a couple of steps and gets right around his tacklers for an additional yardage.
1st and 10 from the 35. Boldrin on the keeper, going to go right-hand side. He's going to pick up 5-6 yards before being forced out of bounds by the pursuit of Jamie Smith Jr., a 5'8", 190 junior.
The defense has really given him a lot of leeway on the outside. When that quarterback can get outside the tackle and start moving his way upfield, he had a nice little gainer there, but he was already moving upfield by the time he got outside the tackle box. That's a big deal. They've got to figure out a way to slow that down.
2nd and 4 for the Braves from the Gage Chili 29. Here is the handoff to Taylor. He starts right. He comes back left. Bowls his way down to just short of a first down. Nope, they're going to move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Braves.
Classic run. Disappears to a very, very small hole off tackle right. Pops through that first hole because the linemen kept their blocks. Pops through that first hole, plants, and moves just to the left of the linebacker and continues to get a forward lean upfield. He took a lot of steps with guys on his back, maybe 4 or 5 with guys on his back.
Took a couple hits as well. He very Larry Zonka-esque, though, did not run away from contact, then lowered the shoulder and made some contact after the hit. 1st and 10 for Canandaigua. Run off the right-hand side, and that is Seth Vigneri. I'll tell you what, he gets him down inside the 10-yard line, Greg.
Vigneri was 15 yards into the defense before he was even touched, and he was running smack dab up the middle. That means that our guards are getting to the second level. They're blocking the linebackers. They're making sure they're sticking with blocks. Nice job there.
1st and goal for Canandaigua. Hand off, nice spin move. And going to make it, looks like maybe back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Now when you get inside the 10, they're still working a little bit of counter on that play, maybe setting up something different, little counter from right to left. When you get inside the 10, sometimes those counters look absolutely great, but by and large, they pack that box, so counters aren't there as much.
2nd and goal from the 5. Here is Seth Vigneri, and he's just going to walk in untouched around the right end.
A handoff straight up the middle. Linebackers were covered, combo down to the center, to linebacker. Both linebackers were picked up by the offensive line that time. He had an easy walk. From this angle, there was nobody within a yard or 2 of him as he moved right up the middle, just moved a little bit to his right, and then wound up in the end zone untouched.
Here's Matt Verheil trying for the PAT. That came at 2:04. The snap, and looks like we are going to have an official whistle. Not sure what the official whistle was, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. I am all set. But we've got 2:04 left to play. Here is the snap. It's down, it's up, it's good. The PAT is down. Greg, walk us through that 77-yard drive.
What a beautiful, that was a really nice drive. Think about it. They had quarterback keepers. They were getting the corner easily on the quarterback keepers. They had some nice passing in there. They did some counters. But what capped it off is what got us here. The inside, straight up the middle running game. When it comes down to it, when you want to score, the Braves are going right up the middle. They're sticking with their line. They know how tough that line is. They know how aggressive that line is, how strong they are, how well they play throughout the game, but also how tenacious they are. No one's going to beat them at the line of scrimmage when it comes down to the crunch. And that time, they got close to the end zone. They went right up the gut.
Ralph Honda, New York's first and oldest Honda dealer, where we do it right every time. Ralph Honda, visit them online to value your trade-in, build your new dream Honda, apply for financing, or schedule service. We do it right at Ralph Honda. And speaking of which, thank you once again for joining us here on Rock Sports Network, The Rock and Chosen Spot Radio, our first historic ever simulcast kind of partner thing working here. Canandaigua leading 21-0 with 2:04 left to play in the first. Here is Matt Vierheil's kickoff. It's going to be brought back by Walton. He's got room to run around the right-hand side, and once again, for the second straight kickoff, Matt Vierheil, the kicker, was the one who was forced to make the play.
It was a carbon copy of the last kickoff. They got the ball, settled it. It wasn't a deep kick, but they got the ball, settled it. They gave time for the wall to set up. The Canandaigua pursuit was caught up. They were nailed. They stayed on their blocks. They didn't come off their blocks. There's the beautiful wall. Luckily, that wall was to the short side of the field. Had that wall wound up being formed on the wide side of the field, he may still be running. That was a beautiful job to get him out of bounds by the kicker.
1st and 10 for Gates Chili from their own 45-yard line. Siplin in again at quarterback. Here is the snap. He had to step up to make the play, and that allowed the front line to come in. Clifford looks like he got a piece, but making the sack is going to be number 60, and that's Lucas Malcolmson, the senior.
Nice job on that whole line. He's a very elusive runner. He eluded 2 tackles that were just all over his back and his legs. He got away from those 2. He didn't get away from the second 2. It was a good job of team tackling by that Braves defensive line.
So with 1:25 left to play in the first, that'll bring up 2nd and 11 after the loss of a yard. Siplin in at quarterback. He's going to, he looked to roll to the right, and the ball is loose, still loose, picked up by Wesley Allen, and he is going to walk it in over on the right-hand side. There you have it. Looks like about a 45-yard walk-in for Wesley Allen.
That was a classic example. You know, every once in a while, the ball's going to hit the turf. When it hits the turf, you're coached from when you're little to when you're big, all the way through the NFL. When that ball's on the turf, you just cover it up and try not to make it any worse. Unfortunately, what happened there, unfortunately for the Spartans, is he tried to pick the ball up and make something out of nothing. Well, it was fumbled once, then it was fumbled twice, but that second fumble just popped right up in Allen's hands. He had the easiest run into the end zone you could imagine.
Right along the right-hand side, so just like that, Canandaigua's Matt Vierheil in again. Here's the snap. It's down, and this one is going to be blocked. Nice job by Gates Chili to knock that down, and it looks like it's Devin Walton who knocked that down. So let's stay right here, and let's give another shout-out to Buffalo football fans. Tune into the Rock Sports Network Facebook page at Tuesday nights at 5 p.m. for the Huddle Football Show, where you can get great news, views, and insight on the Buffalo Bills and the rest of the NFL. And for all of you Syracuse Orange football fans, you can tune into the Rock Sports Network Facebook page also Monday nights at 8 o'clock for the all-new Ozone Football Show. Hosts Brendan McDaniels along with SU football alum Andre Fontanet and Jamil Dumas. They will share their expert insight from both sides of the ball. And one more shout out to the first half sponsor here on the Rock Sports Network. That is Lattimore Physical Therapy. What do you got?
Well, we got a few guys just kind of checking in with us from up and down the East Coast. We'll be chirping those guys out in just a few minutes.
Yeah, buddy.
We want to make sure we're ready to see what the Braves are going to do here. They're kind of muddled up in the middle. They're huddled up in the middle. I expect them to break out wide and get this kick long and down the field. But the Braves, they have had some trouble. If there's one piece of trouble they've had in this game, they've had some trouble in covering these defensive kickoffs. From a kickoff perspective, they're just not staying in their lanes, and they're letting this Spartans team get through the first level of coverage. Let's see if they can tighten up that part of their game right here.
So with 107, that was a 55-yard drive. Here, Matt Verheil is going to put it right down the middle of the field. It's going to be picked up at the 5. Now they're going to bring it to the right-hand side, and they're going to knock it down right about the 26-yard line.
They really do like to return the ball right. They moved it again to the right from that near side hash mark, the short side of the field. That time the Braves covered very well. They stayed in their lanes. They didn't get picked up, and when they did get picked up, they got off those blocks. The key isn't so much getting blocked. The key is getting off your block, and that's exactly what the Braves did on that coverage. Now, we're going to see what's going to happen here because this Spartan offense, really, they produce some long passes. They produce a little bit of elusive running from the quarterback. Let's see if they can put together something that's more sustainable.
So with 1 minute left to go here in the first, here is the handoff off to the left-hand side and met by a tribe of Braves. Might have picked up a yard, maybe 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
So they showed a little option there. They didn't get the ball out to the option man. They showed a little option. The reason they couldn't get the ball to the option man is because the Canandaigua Braves defense got deep into the backfield. They saw that option man coming across. They didn't allow an option lane out there. They did allow the quarterback lane to turn up. Great job by the inside linebackers rotating to their right to fill that cutback lane that the quarterback had. They had 2 guys on the option man, and they had one linebacker looking for that quarterback, making sure they fill that cutback lane.
All right, so Gates Chili now going back to Antonelli at quarterback. Man in motion, goes over to the far side. Here is the pitch off to the left. Now he's going to cut back and come to the right. And let's see if everybody's going to stay home and knock that down. And that's Sammy B on the pursuit and Casey Herod on the stop of number 3, Samuel Wright the 4th.
One of the fastest guys on the field had the football. He worked left. That didn't work. He came back around right.
Quickly.
That didn't work. But I got to tell you, 2 of the fastest guys on the field tracked him down. That was absolutely amazing. I was watching him run the ball, and he was moving so quickly. And then suddenly 2 defenders got there and got him down.
All right, so the time is going to run out on the first. I'll tell you what, that first seemed like it took forever, but we'll talk about a couple of our sponsors. How about FLCC Athletics? Their new athletic director, Sam Baccaccino, over there at FLCCathletics.com, 585-785-1459. Also, Uptown Tire and Auto at 2375 Route 332 on the northern end of Canandaigua. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5. Open or call 585-394-2240. And like I say, we are being simulcast live on Rock Sports Network. The first half sponsor is Lattimore Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Lattimore currently offers 25 clinics throughout the Rochester area, including nearby locations in Pittsford and Webster. More than 50 certified physical therapists have experience in treating most conditions and sports injuries, and in most cases are able to offer initial consultations within 24 hours for your convenience. LattimorePT.com, and Lattimore is Lattimore. First and 10 for Gates Chili. Or I should say 3rd and 8, my bad. 3rd and 8 from the 28. Handoff is going absolutely nowhere. They're trying to challenge. That's Nick Herbston on the stop. They're trying to challenge that Canandaigua front line and not getting anywhere with it, Coach.
Interesting call because it had some success in the air, and even some passes that didn't get completion yardage, they were good passes. They had some success. They found some openings. To run it right up the middle at this Braves defense, I'm not so sure that's the call that I'd be looking for right there at a 3rd and long.
All right, so you've got Sammy B and Nate McClain back deep to receive. They're set up right around their own 43-yard line. Here is Pelosi's boot. Not a lot of distance, has some air. Catching it, trying to catch it on the run is McClain. It goes through his hands. It's on the carpet at the 45, and we still have not received an indication. And it's going to be Gates Chili ball.
Oh, that's too bad because he did exactly what the coaches coach him to do. That would have been a tough catch. He was charging fast forward for the football. There was some defensive coverage right around him. He was running full bore, and he did not call a fair catch. So he's got to catch that ball full bore with a bunch of guys literally right in his face. It hits him just off, puts it on the carpet. So that's a little something that Gates can build on. Let's see what they're going to do. I would imagine that this Braves defense, just by looking at their demeanor right now, is saying to themselves, we got the ball back, we're going to do it again right away.
11-13 left to play here in the second. 4 12-minute quarters. We've got, looks like Siplin in back at quarterback. Now, coaches, they call timeout. How does that benefit a team? We'll stay right here with Gates Chili timeout. How does that benefit a team to keep going back and forth? We saw Canandaigua do it and they're through their first couple of games, and now we see Gates Chili doing it between Siplin and Antonelli. How does that work out?
I suppose it depends on what you're looking to do in the game, the way the game is unfolding, and what they can do for the team. You know, there's times when you get into a game and you wind up saying, well, we're gonna need a little bit of throwing. Then you put that person in. We're gonna need a bit of running. You put that person in. We're gonna need a bit of leadership. You put that person in. You do what you need to do as a coach to make sure you've got your team in the best possible advantage to move the ball. Some of that is just read. You're looking at the defense, you're getting a feel for the game. Some of that is flow. Sometimes you need a guy out on the field that's just going to step up, be a leader, and say, we're stopping the leakage and we're going to move the ball. I'm going to figure out what this quarterback's going to do for us.
1st and 10 from the 45. Siplin in. Twin sets on each side. Swing pass over here is complete to Devin Walton. Walton forced out of bounds just short of midfield by number 44. That is Austin Kayward. It's going to get down to the 49. That'll bring up 2nd and a long 5, maybe 6.
Nice little swing pass. Quarterback sets up in the middle of the field, swings the ball to the left. He was under some pressure, but he stood tall. He stood cool. He was calm. He put that ball out in front of the receiver. So although he didn't catch it for much yardage, he ran it for a decent amount of yardage only because he put that ball exactly where he needed to put it, out in front of him where he could run forward and get a little bit out of the defense after he caught the ball.
2nd and 2nd and 6 from the 49. Here is Siplin. Single setback, now man in motion. Here is the handoff to Pelosi. Started right, comes back left, and runs into Seth Vigneri and Wesley Allen.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. Countering into the short side of the field. They're on the left hash mark, working the ball into the short sideline. Now, it is their home sideline. They're working into the gate sideline. But nonetheless, countering into the short side of the field is very difficult. However, oftentimes the defense will overcompensate to the wide side of the field. So once in a while, if you do think that defense is going to overcompensate to the wide side of the field, you slip a little counter in right behind them to the short side. They tried it. It didn't work on that one. They've got a 3rd down.
No gain, 3rd and 6 from the 49. Siplin in, and Pelosi is your single setback. And Siplin on the keeper right up the middle. Plenty of room to run into Canandaigua Terry. He's going to pick up the 1st down before being brought down by Seth Vigneri. 1st and 10 Spartans.
Called quarterback draw. He took 3 steps, planted, and ran for it. I'm sure the coaches did some homework. That play has hurt the Braves defense in the past. As we go that 4-man front, which we're back on now, we're vulnerable to the middle of the field. We're vulnerable to that quarterback draw. It's hurt us before. I'm sure it hurt us then, and I'm sure it'll hurt us again. There's more advantages to our 4-4 than worrying about that quarterback draw. You're not going to live and die by it, so we'll see what they come back with.
1st and 10 from the 38 for Gates Chili. Siplin going long, trying to touch, and it's oh man, it was in the hands of Adam Williams, the 6'4", 210 junior, and it popped right out. What did we see there, Herbie?
Well, we've been talking about it. We've been talking about the explosiveness, the potential of this Gates team. And right there, they just showed us they can score at any given point in time. It was a streak, jet pattern, right up the sidelines. He simply outran the defense. The ball was perfectly placed.
Right there.
Nice height, nice placement.
Beautiful touch.
Hit him really right in the hands. Now, you can't catch them all. He dropped that one. I anticipate they'll come back with that play again. Unfortunately for the Gates team, he dropped that one. A no doubt touchdown.
2nd and 10. Definitely would have been 7. Here's Siplin. So they go back to the other side. Oh, and it's knocked down by Austin Kayward. Good defense, intended receiver over on the far side. Looks like it was Jamie Smith Jr. That's a stocky 5'8", 190 junior right there.
You know, there's good defense and there's courageous defense, and that was both. Anytime you got a guy in an out pattern, the receiver's moving from the midfield out to the far sidelines, out to the Canandaigua sidelines. He's at an out pattern looking at the ball. Anytime you as a defender try to cut underneath that out route, you're exposed. If you miss that ball, if you mistime it, it's going to be a big gainer. Fortunately for that time, he got to the ball. Nice job.
Nice job by Austin Kayward, the senior. Here's the 3rd and 10. Siplin. Now he's coming over here to the near side, and the intended receiver that time was Samuel Wright, the 4th. And nice coverage by Nate McLean. Will bring up a 4th down for Gates Charli.
I got to hand it to this quarterback. He's throwing some nice balls on this drive. That ball, again, although the Braves defense was there, he was right in his back pocket. He would have probably, had he caught the ball, he would have probably been brought down pretty close to that line where he caught it. Great pass by the quarterback.
Looks like timeout. Stops the clock at 9:29. We're going to step aside, raise a little bit of revenue. You're watching on Rock Sports Network and the simulcast on Chosen Spot Radio, the station for Braves Nation.
Hi, I'm Zach Ralph. We've been selling cars for more than 80 years. We're family owned, family run, 3 generations strong.
Come see the 2020 Hondas. There's something for every lifestyle.
Whatever you're looking for in your next car, you'll find it at Ralph Honda.
When I sprained my left knee, they did so much to help me at
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
With 20 locations throughout Monroe and Livingston County, pain relief is never more than minutes away. Same-day appointments available. Most insurance accepted. Call 1-888-PT-ROCHS.
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
Each moment of glory contains passion, knowledge, and teamwork. As a community of learning, we transform each moment into an opportunity to aspire to great things, to engage our minds in new ways, and to excel in today's endeavors and those yet to come. This community of learning is the College at Brockport, ranked high nationally for quality and value. The College at Brockport. Pursue something greater.
Canandaigua Braves lead the Gates Charli Spartans 27-0. Gates Charli has the ball. We're in a timeout trying to figure what they're going to do with their 4th and 10. And what do we have?
We still have number 3 down on the field. They're working on him. He got a little banged up on that last. It's a Gates Charli, number 3, out on the field, getting pulled off right now. He's up on his feet, being helped off to the sidelines.
All right, that's Samuel Wright, the 4th, and I'll tell you, that is that's kind of a big deal there for Gates Charli. He has been instrumental in anything positive that the Gates Charli Spartans have been able to make happen. He is definitely being helped out, being assisted off, right lower appendage issues. Now, Greg, you said you had a couple shout-outs you got to chirp real quick.
Well, you just said something was a big deal, and so is this. Perry Thomas Molansani is listening down there. He's out in Buffalo. Perry Thomas is listening. He's a big Bills fan. Go get him, Perry. And as I understand it, it's your birthday, so happy birthday this week, Perry.
Happy birthday, Perry. 4th and 10. Gates Charli going for it. Siplin going long. He's going to air it out for the corner, and he's going to just overthrow the intended receiver, Devin Walton.
That's a great overthrow. If he doesn't overthrow that ball, there's 2 defenders near enough. Yep. He put that ball in a place where only his guy could get it. Put it a little bit, maybe 5 yards further than his guy could get it, but he showed some arm. Again, I continue to be impressed with the way this quarterback can deliver the ball. Had they all been caught, ifs and buts. But had they all been caught, this is a different circumstance. He's hit some receivers with some balls that have been dropped. I imagine they're going to catch more than they're going to drop, so it's something to think about as we continue to wind through the second quarter.
The Eagle Insurance Game of the Week here on Chosen Spot Radio and the Rock Sports Network Section 5 Game of the Week on Rock Sports Network Facebook page. Here is Boldrin. He's going to go long on Casey Harrod. And Casey Harrod, he's going to shake and bake, and he's going to let go, and he is going to take it to the house. He is going to knock down the 62-yard touchdown pass. 62 yards, Boldrin to Casey Harrod.
Wow, shallow post route from left to right. Quarterback stood tall in the pocket, no pressure, delivers a strike. I was struck by the fact that no one could get anywhere near Casey, not only when he was running his pattern, because he was absolutely wide open on that short post pattern from left to right, but then when they converged on him, he did a couple of jukes in there that completely left guys on their heels. Great catch and even better run.
Well, to be technical, I called it a shake and bake. Here's the PAT attempt by Verheil off of the Jackson Neiman hold, and it is good. Coach, as I write this down, talk to us, talk to the Rock Sports Network people, talk to the Chosen Spot Radio fans. What can Gage Chili do here, trailing 34-0 on their home turf with 9:05 left to play in the first half without being demoralized?
The only thing you can do as you're sitting here waiting for the ball to come back into your hands, big play after big play after big play by the Braves. The only thing you can do is look forward. There's nothing you can do about those 34 points on the board. Nothing. What you can do is rally your troops. You know you have scoring potential. You know you've left a couple ones that could have been but didn't quite make it for various reasons. You got to take this series and say, guys, we're going to start with 7 points and build from there. You just work it play by play. You can't look at that 34 points on the board and say, oh my God, look at the score, and it's only the second quarter. You've got to say, we're going to take this ball, we're going to establish something, and there's still a lot of time on the clock. That's what you do if you're a Spartan.
Yeah, at this point, you got to play for the love of the game, and you have to play for the love of each other. You have to play for your teammates. You have to play a little bit for yourself. You have to play for the people that came out to watch you. You've got to keep your eyes off the scoreboard. You have to have short-term memory loss. You have to have a short memory, and here comes Matt Verheil. He puts a foot into it, and it's going to be taken right at the 5-yard line, over right in the middle of the field, and Walton is going to run it back up to about the 22, 23-yard line before being taken down. I'm going to call that. We'll give a shout-out to Grant Johnston, the junior for Canandaigua.
Interesting that they have been having some success moving that kickoff to the right. They moved it to the right a number of times and had some decent success. That time they started right and worked it back to the left. Again, to the short side of the field. There might be something with their returns coming toward their home bench, but that didn't stand a chance off to the left. We're much better off working to the right, as they had historically been doing throughout the first half.
1st and 10 from the 23 for Gage Chili with 8:58 left to play. Trying to get rid of the bagel. Pelosi is going to come up over here in the slot, and taking the single back spot is James Harris IV. Here is the snap, almost short. Siplin has to go after it. You know what this? You know who this? He reminds me of Freddie June from Arundecoit. He's just so smooth, and it seems so effortless.
He really hits gears. I should say he hits speed. He hits speed that he doesn't look like he's running in full gear. He doesn't look like he's all that, like expending that much energy when he's running. But then you look at him on the field compared to other players on the field, he's moving faster than everybody else. A little short side run, near side of the field, short side of the field. He gains nice 6 yards there.
2nd and a long 3. We'll call it 4 for the Gage Chili Spartan. Siplin extends the pocket to the right, goes downfield, has a man. That's Walton, and Walton is immediately taken down by Nate McLean, but not before. Gage Chili is going to pick up the first down. 1st and 10, Spartans.
Rolling to the right, gets just to the hash mark on the right side of the field. Ball started on the left hash mark, rolls over to the right hash mark, and delivers an absolute bomb right downfield, right in the receiver's hands. Not an easy catch. He went up just over his right shoulder and made a beautiful catch just behind him. But I'm thinking about if that ball was delivered on point as the receiver came across the field, there was a defender in good place. He placed that ball in the only spot his guy could catch it, and that receiver made a beautiful catch.
1st and 10 from their own 46 for the Spartans. Twin sets on both sides. Here's Siplin. He's going to hand off to the single setback, and he's going to lose a yard. He's going to get back to about the 45, and he's going to be brought down by a host of Braves, led by Cam Tallman, number 23, the junior.
Love it when we call Cam's name. He's in there a lot of different places. He's an offensive threat. He's a defensive threat. He's also a great kicker, as we saw last week when we needed him to come out and make a play. But I'm going to tell you that this Spartans offense has to challenge the inside of the Braves defense. Otherwise, it's lopsided. They're not getting any yardage there. You might say, well, why would you try to run up inside? Because you have to balance your attack, and that's what they're trying to do.
Siplin, 2nd and 11. And that is, he's having a hard time dealing with that snap, and he is going to be brought down. He's going to be brought down. Initial contact, gets away from it, and then it looks like he's going to be brought down by the pressure of James Del Forte, the sophomore.
Huge loss on the play. I'm sure the coaches saw it. The quarterback didn't. There's a swing back to the near side of the field. He was wide open. The Braves defense didn't account for him. He was wide open, but there was so much pressure from the inside. I don't know what you could have seen other than Braves jerseys coming down in on you. I'm sure the coach is going to come back to that. We've got to make sure we check that swing route, that back out of the backfield swinging, either right or left, it doesn't matter. That time the swing back got off the hook a little bit. The defense didn't really account for him, but the defense did account for a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Austin Kayward, 44, the linebacker, made initial contact, and then everybody else came in and cleaned it up. And here is the handoff to Walton. He's going to go around the right-hand side. And look at Herbst continuing to stay with the play and actually gets a piece of it, but not before he is able to pick up. Looks like he's going to pick up the 1st down, and that was James Harris, the 4th.
Nice little play out to the right.
Just short.
Nice little play out to right. That was a long gainer, although it did come up short of the 1st down. That was a long gainer. They got around the outside linebacker to the right. They got around the outside cornerback to the right, and they made a good move up inside. Receivers stuck with some blocks. Receivers did some nice work there, making sure that they stay on their blocks, absorbed some Canandaigua defenders, and really had that was quite a nice game. 4th and short.
16 yards.
They're going to go for this because they need to make something happen offensively.
Well, we've got a whistle, so just want to give a shout-out one more time to Lattimore Physical Therapy. They have 25 clinics throughout the Rochester area, including Gates, nearby locations in Gates and North Chi-Li. So we've got a timeout. I'm going to step aside, raise a little bit of revenue. You are watching on Rock Sports Network Facebook page and listening live on the station for Braves Nation. You know where, Chosen Spot Radio.
Mommy hurt her lower back, but they got her back on track at Lattimore Physical Therapy.
Hi, I'm Zach Ralph. We've been selling cars for more than 80 years. We're family owned, family run, 3 generations strong.
Come see the 2020 Hondas. There's something for every lifestyle.
Whatever you're looking for in your next car, you'll find it at Ralph Honda.
To find out how you can put them to work for you using the latest web and mobile technologies, FLX software. The Niagara Restaurant on the corner of Niagara and Pleasant Streets in Canandaigua. Never again misplace, misfile, or lose another invoice. Save time and money sitting at your desk or even when you're out cheering on Canandaigua to victory as PayFile IQ runs your invoice and payment approval process for you. Hey, speaking of PayFile IQ, Todd Kelman is donating $1 for every point that Canandaigua scores this season. Here is Siplin on the keeper, and nice push by the Gates Chi-Li front line to pick up the 1st down for the Spartans.
Really good push. They got that ball just between the guard and tackle, moved the ball upfield, not just the ball. They moved the Canandaigua defense upfield. That was a strong statement by the Spartans right there.
Yes.
That's a statement that says, you know what, guys? We're not done. We're going to come down and score. We're going to team it up. We're going to do everything that you and I just talked about, Spaz, and we're going to put it on the field for our team, our players, our fans. Let's see how they convert this next first down, see what they can do.
1st and 10 for Gage Chili from the Canandaigua 41-yard line. Moving the ball. Have picked up a couple first downs here. Here is Siplin looking for the swing pass to Pelosi. Over on the near side, he's going to split a couple defenders before being brought down at the 35 by Nate McLean and Nicky Herbst.
I love that play. Not only did that quarterback, so I'm bragging about the last time, right? He puts the ball out in front of his running back. The running back gets downfield. It was beautiful. This time, he threw the ball back behind his running back. The running back had to come back for the ball. But the way he put that ball in play, there were two defenders who had that pretty well covered, but because he put the ball to the offensive left, just inside, that outside backer was able, that outside receiver was able to run back to the ball, catch it, and elude a couple of tacklers. Great pass.
2nd and 4 for the Spartans. Spartans going long. Siplin airs it out over to the corner. And looking to see if there's any flags. No flags. Incompletion will stop the clock at 3:41, and we'll have a 3rd and 5.
The Canandaigua defensive backs are giving them a lot of cushion. They're giving them a lot of room. That time, that ball was up in the air. It was a pretty good pass. It was far down the right sideline. He's on the left hash mark. He launches down the right sideline. It was a beautiful job because the defense was soft. The defense was back. The deepest guys on the field maintained to be the defensive backs. When you can stay deep on the field, when there's nobody behind you from a defensive perspective, good things happen. That time, the receiver couldn't get past the defender because the defender was the furthest guy down the field.
All right, here we go. 3rd and they're calling it 4 from the 35. Pelosi is going to get the handoff and go to the far side. Oh, misses the leg tackle, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. Can't see where the first down marker is. Can't tell if he got to it or not. I think he's going to come up short. Nope, the mark is going to be short. That'll bring up 4th and looks like 2.
Yeah, the first down marker hit the ground because the momentum of the play took it out.
They were bringing it.
There was a lot of movement on that field. Good speed, both offense and defense. One thing I can say about both teams is they're bringing their speed tonight.
Absolutely.
I cannot believe how fast and aggressively these players are playing. You wouldn't know it by the scoreboard, 34-0, but these guys are playing hard football. Lots of speed out on the field. 4th
and 2nd from the 33 here now for Gage Chili. Here is Siplin. Looking left, hot route all the way over here on the near side. He's going to get down to the 25. That will be a first down before being brought down by a host of Braves. Jackson Neiman, Cam Tallman, Nick Herbst. And the pass was complete to number 23, Adam Williams.
So we're seeing even more versatility out of the Spartans quarterback. That time, the pass play, the reception called for a little bit of touch, a little bit of height on the football. He's in the center of the field. The receiver's to the left side. He's guarded by the slant route. He's guarded by the deep route. So he just settles into a spot. The quarterback puts nice touch, a little height. Beautiful pass.
1st and 10 from the 25 now. Gage Chili eating up a lot of time, keeping the ball out of Canandaigua's hands. Rolling for the corner. It was there. It was there off the hands of Devin Walton.
He put that ball, as he was rolling to his right, he put that ball at about the 2-yard line. 2 Canandaigua defenders were there. I'm not sure if the receiver got his hands on the football or not, but boy, that was very, very close.
It looked to me like he did. Greg, that ball was where it had to be, brother.
God, that was a beautiful pass.
Absolutely.
Right at the 2-yard line, right at the out-of-bounds mark. Good coverage by the Braves. Good pass by the quarterback. Again, he's got to get some help from his receivers.
No doubt.
These kids got to latch on to that football, stick a fork in it, as they say. Hold on to that thing and don't let anything happen to it. When these receivers start catching the ball, this offense is going to start moving with some vigor.
Without question, the junior, Siplin, doing his job. James Harris, the single setback. Here, Siplin drops back. A lot of pressure, and I am questioning whether James Harris knew that ball was coming or not, but he felt a lot of pressure. It looked like they were bringing the house, and Zach Dreisbach, the Z-Man, just got his license from what I understand. pressure.
He does have his license, so the rest of y'all just watch out for him on the road.
Off the sidewalk.
He's a really good player, and he's getting a chance to show what he's got tonight. I love that kid. Not only does he play football, he's a goalie on the lacrosse team.
He plays hockey, too.
He is as tough as they come. He plays hockey year-round. The kid's a fantastic athlete.
Yep, his brother playing for St. Lawrence. All right, here we go. 3rd and 10. Siplin rolls out, throwing across the body, going down to the middle and taken away by Nate McLean. And Nate McLean is going to run up the left-hand side, and just way too much air under that pass, Coach.
Yeah, it was too much air and probably a few yards short of where he was hoping it would go. That was one of those proverbial, that was just up for grabs. Threw that ball right down the center field, right in the heart of the Canandaigua defense. You know, this Canandaigua defense, they have historically throughout this year bent a little bit, but they just don't break. They don't give you...
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
They don't give you that extra yardage that you need to come down and score regularly. That time, nice drive by the Spartans. Still trying to sort out this flag on the play.
It looks like it's going against Canandaigua. Or is it? They've got 30. Yep, they're walking it off against the Braves. Gates Chala is going to get another chance here.
Still trying to sort out the call.
On defensive holding against Canandaigua.
So they must have called it on the defender that was covering that receiver deep in the backfield. That's a big break for the Spartans offense. They need to capitalize and make something happen.
They have to.
Down to the 15-yard line.
They've got to get this here. And here is, oh no, wait a second here. Now they're moving the chains, and it is Canandaigua's ball.
So Canandaigua, nice drive, just off to the right side of the tackle. Good movement. They got about 16 yards on that carry. Nice job by the Canandaigua offense. They're just going to pound it out here. They're going to give that ball to the running backs and see what happens.
Smitty, where'd that drive start out? Do you know?
15-yard line.
15, that's good.
Just off tackle to the right, gain of about another 6 yards. 6 yards off to the right.
That's why I pay Greg the big bucks. All right, so Canandaigua moving the ball here. 1:50 left to play here in the first half. Brought to you on Rock Sports Network by Lattimore Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Want to thank all of our sponsors on RSN and Chosen Spot Radio. Taylor going back the other way. And he's going to come up short of the first down. That'll keep the clock running, though, which bodes well for the Braves. That'll bring up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, moving the ball just off tackle to the left. I think we're gonna stick with a ground game here. We're gonna see what other running backs can generate some energy. We're gonna see what linemen can maintain what they need to do.
Here is Boldrin, and on the keeper, he's going to run to the right-hand side. And Joey Earlocker is going to seal out the guy, and he's going to get the first down. Nice little stiff arm by the sophomore on number 11, Deonze Strong, the 5'9", 165 junior.
There were two big things on that play. He's challenged. The defense is in the backfield. He's not going anywhere as he moves from the right to the right side of the offense toward the Spartans line. But what he does, he kicks into a second gear. He gets around that first defender who's actually pretty deep in the backfield. But you're right, when he finished that run, it was a strong forearm to get a few extra yardage and to keep that defender off of him. Give a forearm, don't take a hit.
Absolutely. Not playing like a sophomore, that is for sure. Neither quarterback playing like their grade level. Here is Taylor. He's going to get into Gates Chili territory.
Taylor working to his left from midfield. He just gets over the midfield mark. He's got about a yard, maybe 2 yards. He's a tough back. He's big. He's strong. That was a good job on that Spartan line to take him to the turf on the first hit. That doesn't often happen with him.
2nd and 8 for Canandaigua. 40 seconds left to play here in the first half. Canandaigua leading 34-0. Here's Taylor with a handoff. Look at him. He lowers that head, those shoulders, and he drives right through that line. And he is going to come up short of the first down, but he's inside the 35. Down to the, no, I should say the 45, down to the 43.
That's a tough skill to teach. When you're delivering a hit, now he delivered the hit on that defense. When you deliver a hit and keep your feet moving, good things happen. Tough skill to teach.
3rd and a long 3 for Canandaigua. Going to use up as much time as they can. They're going to run it down to 5 seconds. and they are going to let time expire. So, as time expires on the first half, we are going to step aside, raise a little bit of revenue, and the Canandaigua Braves are going to take a 34-0 lead into the break in this Class A matchup between the home Gage Chili Spartans and the visiting Canandaigua Braves. We'll be back shortly right here on the station for Braves Nation, the home for high school sports. Chosen Sports.
When I sprained my left knee, they did so much to help me at
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
With 20 locations throughout Monroe and Livingston County, pain relief is never more than minutes away. Same-day appointments available. Most insurance accepted. Call 1-888-PT-ROCHS.
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
Hi, I'm Zach Ralph. We've been selling cars for more than 80 years. We're family owned, family run, 3 generations strong.
Come see the 2020 Hondas. There's something for every lifestyle.
Whatever you're looking for in your next car, you'll find it at Ralph Honda.
Only $7.99 for a Bill Gray's Great Plate every Tuesday.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Each moment of glory contains passion, knowledge, and teamwork. As a community of learning, we transform each moment into an opportunity to aspire to great things, to engage our minds in new ways, and to excel in today's endeavors and those yet to come. This community of learning is the College at Brockport, ranked high nationally for quality and value. The College at Brockport. Pursue something greater.
Hi, I'm Steve Ralph. We've been selling cars for more than 80 years. Our best values are available right now at Ralph Honda.
Come see the 2020 Hondas. There's something for every lifestyle.
Whatever you're looking for in your next car, you'll find it at Ralph Honda.
going to the air.
He's got to go to the air. They've got to put some points on the board. They can't ignore the running game, but to take that running game up the middle, they just haven't had success. They have had success with the quarterback draw up the middle. I think at this point, you don't worry about your balance. You try to get the ball downfield, try to make some things happen, try to get that bagel off the board. You got to make sure your kids believe, not just toward the second half here, because you can say and you can sell. You know what? They won the first half, and we won the second half. But you got to get out on the field and win the second half in order to be able to do that.
Well,
because everybody's looking at who's next.
Yeah. Well, they're going to start with the ball. They are going to start with the ball here. And here it is. Matt Vierheil lets it go, and it's going to be fielded by Walton right about the 2-yard line. He tried to go right, came back left, ended up losing his footing, and Austin Kayward will get credited with the tackle. P.J. Rude also in the house. Also want to give a shout-out to the second half sponsor on our simulcast on Rock Sports Network. Every Tuesday is Great Plate Tuesday at Bill Gray's. Just $7.99 for 2 Bill Gray's cheeseburgers on top of home fries and mac salad loaded with your choice of topping, including Bill Gray's famous meat hot sauce. Great Plate Tuesday, every Tuesday. Gimme Bill Gray's. You ever been to Bill Gray's, Greg?
Love Bill Gray's. Delicious food over there. And I got to tell you, we got an apology going out to Jason Jobson. Jason has succeeded Coach Green for Run the Lancers. So, Jason, congratulations on that. I know you're doing a good job up there. It went from some good coach to good coach to good coach up there in Eastridge.
All right. Nice shout out. Way to go, man. That was nice. All right, here we go. So, first and 10 from the 16 for the Gates Chili Spartans. Going to lose a yard on that play.
We're wishing you guys the best up there at Eastridge. We love the way you play football. You still have our pick. You're going to win that game that we called out earlier, but we want to make sure that the right coach gets the credit for his work. Good work up there in Eastridge, guys.
All right, right on. The Lancers of Eastridge, also known as East Arundecoit, West Arundecoit. I've always just called that Eastridge and the other one Arundecoit. 2nd and 11 from the 15. Here is Siplin. Look at that touch pass going up in the air, double coverage, and ball is going to get knocked down. Neiman and who is that? That was Neiman and Ben Ojeda on the coverage. The intended receiver was Daniel Tantello, the 5'9", 165 senior.
Clearly that Braves backfield is giving a lot of respect, not only to the arm of this quarterback, because he didn't even look like he launched that thing. He throws it
just so smooth.
Like he runs. It's smooth.
Yeah.
He effortlessly put that ball up in the air.
Smooth.
Now, they were back. The defense was back. The defense was soft. They were making sure that they're not going to get the ball over their head. They'll tackle in front of them, but you can't catch somebody who's past you.
3rd and 11. Here is Pelosi. Gets the handoff, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. Cannot tell what the number is on that, but that's going to be another tackle for a loss, and that was the big guy, Zach Dreisbach, the Z-Man.
Dreisbach takes an inside slant. He's playing on the right side of the football. He takes an inside slant left, completely beats his man inside, gets into the backfield nearly before the handoff was made. Does a great job with a huge loss.
Sorry, I don't want to get Terry mad at me. Dreisbach. Here is Pelosi, lets it go, and it's going to be fielded. Nope, it's going to be let go. It's going to land at about the 42-43 before being covered by Canandaigua's Draven Cruz.
Another short kick, wisely, I would say, the Canandaigua receivers shy away from that football. It took an odd hop. Somebody came at the last minute from Canandaigua, but those short punts, really, you're better off just staying away from. If they take a hop against you, so be it. But you have good field position. You're inside the 40. Don't risk anything unusual. Just let that ball bounce around. On those long, high kicks, you want to catch them in the air because they could kick and run forever.
1st and 10, Canandaigua from the 37. Here's Boulder and hands off to Taylor, and that dude just throws his head right in there and just tries to bulldoze his way, and looks like he's going to pick up a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Braves.
Yeah, there was a big pile of guys in the middle there. The Gates defense tightened up. They only gave up a yard on that play, and there was some momentum there. He took that ball hard. This is a well-built running back. Low, strong, very quick. He got right up inside that line with a full head of steam, but didn't get anything more than a yard.
He likes the contact. 950. Taylor off the left-hand side gets to the end, and he's going to come up short of the first down, but he's going to be brought down by Blake Pelosi over on the far side.
Off tackle left. He showed some good hands there. That football didn't quite get seated into his midsection. The ball didn't quite get into where it needs to get so the running back can take off. He had a little bit on his hip, scooped it up, brought it to the middle, and still gained a nice 7-8 yards on that carry. Beautiful job getting that outside tackle and turned upfield.
3rd and 2 from the 28-29-yard line now for the Canandaigua Braves. Leading 34-0. Want to thank everybody for watching on Rock Sports Network. Bad snap. Boldrin picks it up and then gives it to Taylor. By the time Taylor gets it, he's going to be met by Siplin, Pelosi, and thrown for a loss of about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, that was not pretty. The ball, they had no mesh point there with the running back. The ball was loose when it got to the quarterback. He grabbed it up. He maintained it. He didn't lose possession, but then never even got it into the running back's hands. So Braves got to slow it down.
4th and 6 now for Canandaigua from the Gates Chili 33-yard line.
Braves don't have anything to worry about. They've got to slow it down. They've got to execute. They've got to play good football through this entire second half.
Here is Taylor, gets the handoff, sidestep, and he's going to rumble down, and I think his knee hit. It depends upon the spot. It looks like it's going to be first down yardage, and they do change that LED box. 1st and 10 for the Braves.
Great run. There was a lot of guys close. I would say at least 4 guys got a hand on him, maybe 5. But he ran through those arm tackles. He's got the kind of build. You just have to take one look at him to be able to know. He's got the kind of build that's not going to be brought down with anything less than a shoulder and a good leg wrap.
Now, one thing we have to question, though, he's going to get a lot of touches from this point on. How is his conditioning? We will find that out with 8 minutes left to play here. And Twins on both sides. Here is Boldrin, hands off to Taylor again. Side step, and looks like he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
What I liked about that sidestep, it was after contact. People make contact with this kid, and he doesn't stop his feet. Now, he didn't move downfield. He only got barely a yard, but he moved sideways considerably. And if you keep that attitude, if you keep that profile, you'll break those tackles after first contact and keep moving. He moved 5-6 yards after first contact. It just happened to be sideways that time. He's going to get big yards off of first contact as this half goes on.
I think we're going to see first action for Cam Tallman. Tallman, the single setback. He gets the handoff, and he is going to roll down for about 2 or 3 yards. I want to give a shout out to Ben Ojeda and Jack Benner, the wide receivers on the near side. Just give them a shout out for being in the game.
I love those guys. They're always doing what they need to do on the field. I'm going to watch them block. We might not go to the air. It seems like it's going to be a running game. But I'm going to watch those guys block because they're the kind of guys who always do their job. They're always looking to do just a little bit more than is necessary. They're that kind of person. And I love the way they play football.
How about a shout out to the Gates Chili cheerleaders, watching their guys get beat like that, and they're still doing the best they can to keep this crowd as riled up as they can. Taylor with the 3rd down carry, and looks like he's not going to pick up any yardage, so that bring up 4th and 8 for the Braves from the 24.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention that marching band. That was an absolutely fantastic halftime show. Fantastic.
Best in Section 5. You heard it. You heard it right here. Spazman said best in Section 5. You know what? Rock Sports Network, Section 5 Game of the Week, introducing the all-new Bill Gray's Tap Rooms in Chili Paul Plaza in Chili, North Greece Road in Greece, and the Port of Rochester in Charlotte. For the world's greatest cheeseburgers, half-price shakes every day from 2:30 to 4:40 in a family-friendly atmosphere. Gimme, gimme, gimme Bill Gray's. Never again misplaced.
Bill Gray's Burgers and Fish Fries are Rochester's choice because of this. And this, this, a lot of these, and mostly that.
Gimme, gimme, gimme Bill Gray's.
Hi, I'm Steve Ralph. We've been selling cars for more than 80 years. Our best values are available right now at Ralph Honda.
Come see the 2020 Hondas. There's something for every lifestyle.
Whatever you're looking for in your next car, you'll find it at Ralph Honda.
IQ.
This is independent professional wrestling champion JC Money, and you are listening, my friends, to Chosen Spot Radio.
All right, here's Matt Verheil with a huge field goal attempt. The snap is down, it's up, and it is no good. It's going to be wide right. So listen, before I go any further, Greg, I don't know if you know this, Todd Kelman from Payfile IQ is going to donate $1 for every point scored at the end of the 2019 season to Camp Good Days and Special Times, and he has committed $100 if Canandaigua is able to score off a hook and ladder.
That's a huge win for the kids down there. It's a huge win for him. And just our association with Camp Good Days and Special Times, not only through when we played that Victor game, the Teddy Bowl, absolutely fantastic experience, and our kids went down to Camp Good Days and Special Times. They absolutely loved the experience. Good stuff down there. Anything we could do for that camp, we're going to do.
An absolutely fantastic experience, the Teddy Bowl. I had a great time myself. So here is Canandaigua, 4 down lineman. Here is the pitch. Antonelli back in. Pitch goes to Walton over to the right-hand side. They found room to run, and he's going to pick up the first down, 1st and 10 against Chilai.
Room to run. He found it with speed. I cannot believe how fast that kid is around the corner. He got out around that outside linebacker, got to the sidelines, and turned it up in a flash. He's got afterburners, that guy.
5'8", 170 senior Devin Walton. 5:50 left to play. Can Gage Chilai take advantage of the fact that Canandaigua is playing their 2s and 3s and get rid of the bagel on the board? As a student of the game, I formation and standard pro formation. Here is Antonelli. Does a good job of shaking and baking. He's going to pick up 5 yards there, Coach.
He really did a nice job on the inside. There was nothing outside but the middle. We've been saying you can't beat the middle. You can't beat the middle. You can't get past the Braves in the middle. Well, he just bobbed and weaved his way for a nice chunk of yardage right up and on the inside. But there's a flag on the play, and it's coming back toward the Gates team.
Yeah, 99.9% of the time there's a hold in there, and that's probably what's going to be the case. That will negate the nice run there by Antonelli. That will push them back. That's 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 15 with 5:30 left to play. But like I said, you have to appreciate the atmosphere here, Coach. They're getting beat. They're getting dominated 34-0, but they're still playing hard. They're still playing Go Team up there on that beautiful LED scoreboard. The cheerleaders are still down here making noise, and the fans are still getting into it.
You know, Tim brought it up at the half, and I'm going to bring it up again. There's nothing like a community feel of a Friday night football game when whether you're home or away, because it's a good experience for the away team as well. This facility will bring people to the school, will make people feel good about being a part of the school, will bring community members together on a Friday night in a way that it just doesn't happen every place. I give this Gates Chilai facility a lot of credit for doing this.
A lot. 1st and 15 here for Gates Chilai. Antonelli under center. And handoff goes to the up back, and he's going to pick up a couple 3 yards, and that was James Harris the fourth, the 5'7", 175 senior, before being met by a tribe of Braves and the front line.
It's fun to see this Braves defense. You know, it's a little bit mixed and matched right now. Coach is working some other guys into the lineup. They're coming together. They're finding their own. They're not quite sure who they're next to, but they play together all week long, all the time. So we're really going to see how they gel on the field. Gates needs to move this ball quickly. It's 2nd down.
2nd down, 13. Here is the pitch. Comes this way to Walton. Walton turns it up, and he's brought down with a little bit of attitude by number 62, Nick Herbst.
Nice little run there. They get outside left. Nice little work. Cuts inside, cuts outside. I'm not sure how Nick got to that football. He was up there on the line. He turned and ran after that runner. He caught him somehow. You know, Nick's not the only lineman out there with a lot of speed. Our line is surprisingly fast. You don't get to see it often. Nick just showcased his speed on that play because they had an opportunity. A lot of these guys are quicker than you might think for a defensive line.
3rd and 3 from the 40 now for Gates Chilai. I formation. Pitch goes over to Walton over the right-hand side. Has a little bit of blocking. He's going to pick up the first down, come up short of the midfield marker. He's going to be brought down from behind by Draven Cruz.
finding their success outside tackle, outside linebacker. They're getting just the outside. That's what speed will do for you. He's getting to the sidelines and cutting up. Actually, that time he was able to cut up before he got to the sidelines. He's getting hit hard. I mean, these tackles, two guys tackled him at the same time, tackled him out of bounds. He did get the first down, but this Braves team continues to hit people throughout the third and fourth quarter. I think their signature is how strongly they play as the game goes on.
Absolutely.
They hit harder and harder, seem to be stronger and stronger as the game wears on.
And we saw that last week at Spencerport when attrition set in against the Rangers. Here is Antonelli, hands off the right-hand side. Nothing doing over there, Coach. I just want to take a second one more time to thank everybody for listening here on Chosen Spot Radio and watching on Rock Sports Network. And without your help and your support, we would be unable to do this. So if you would, please be so kind as to go to paypal.me/Chosen Spot Radio. paypal.me/Chosen Spot Radio. Drop us a little bit of love. We will accept your donations in kind. The more support we get, the more coverage we can provide. 2:23 left to go, 2nd and 11. Sorry to take your spot on you there, Coach. Here is Antonelli. He's going to hand off to Pelosi. Pelosi gets away from the initial contact. But look at that. He's wrapped up by 3 or 4 Braves, including number 20, and that is P.J. Rude and Draven Cruz.
Looks like they're going to give him a first down on that play. We're back in the 4-4 defense. Now, our 4-4 defense, most typically, we're getting upfield and to the outside. But just recently, those last 3 plays, our outside linebackers are in a little bit of a pinch. I think we'll stick with the 4-4, but we're a little bit of a pinch, meaning that the outside linebackers are coming from outside in hard. They're crashing hard. That gave up an outside run. That gives up some outside speed. Corners have to backfill.
1st and 10 from the 43. Handoff off to the left-hand side. Brought down by Hunter Wyand, and the runner was James Harris the 4th. 2nd and 5 for Gates Chili from the 38-yard line.
Spartans having some success with the running game. The running backs are very, very fast. But the line is starting to get a little bit more confidence. The line is starting to work a little bit of an angle here. If you keep your hips working, you keep your hips between the running back and the defender, good things happen for the running back. That's exactly how they're blocking now.
2nd and 5 for the Spartans. Here is the keeper by Antonelli. Might have picked up a yard or two. Might have, before being brought down by the left-hand side of the Braves.
Classic dive option. They go into the right on the left hash. Fake the first handoff. Quarterback decides he has to turn it up because the outside linebacker stepped up and sealed off his pitch. However, that pitch man was wide open on the outside. There was no way for him to get him the ball. But I anticipate that they're going to come back to that pitch game again. The dive option could be something that's going to score some points for the Spartan team.
Pelosi in as well as, well, there's a pitch right there off to the right-hand side. He can't get it to the edge, though. He can't turn it up and in. He's going to be forced out of bounds right around the 36-yard line.
So I'm looking at the field right now. There's 11 men on offense and 11 men on defense. Out of those 11 defenders, 10 of them got to the far hash, almost entirely to the sideline to make that tackle. There was one guy left on the field. Everybody else was in there at or near the tackle. That's what we call team pursuit. That's what coaches strive for. They want the whole team getting to the football whenever possible. Great effort by the Braves defense.
All right, fans, every Tuesday is Great Plate Tuesday at Bill Gray's. Just $7.99 for 2 Bill Gray's cheeseburgers on top of home fries and mac salad, loaded with your choice of toppings, including Bill Gray's famous meat hot sauce. Great Plate Tuesday, every Tuesday. Gimme, gimme, gimme Bill Gray's. We're going to take a break at the end of the third as we get set for a final frame here. Canandaigua leads 34-0 on the station for Braves Nation, the home for high school sports, Chosen Spot Radio.
Only $7.99 for a Bill Gray's Great Plate every Tuesday.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
selling of the Wally Burger there on the Teddy Bowl night and gave $1 for everyone sold. So here is the pitch to Devin Walton around the left-hand side. Oh, and a great job to snuff the 4th down attempt. Nice job by the defense over on that far side. Can't tell who it was. It looks like, I think it was Cam Tallman as well. I can't tell. It might have been Grant Johnston as well.
Great rotation by the defense. Defensive rotation is key. When there's a pitch play and the ball's getting to the outside, a couple guys have the job of either getting penetration or turning that ball in. But you can turn the ball in all day. Without that pursuit, that ball's going to run back up inside and get good yardage. The rotation on the defense makes sure that there's backfill. So the first guy that takes out the blocker, the second guy who turns that ball in, the third guy is the rotating defensive back. And that time, that rotating defensive back came up very quickly to make that play. Great tackle.
False start against Gates Chili is declined by Canandaigua. They will set up shop 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line, leading 34-0. Here is Jackson Neiman in at quarterback. Play action on the quarterback draw, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. He'll pick up 11 yards, and he will pick up the 1st down, 1st and 10 for Canandaigua.
Tough offensive play set. They've got twins right, they've got twins left. They've got that defense spread out. Neiman just takes a little step back, runs it off tackle. The support is so wide that they can't get back in for Neiman running that ball off tackle. Really tough offensive set to defend. You've got a running back with speed, you've got skilled receivers on the outside that you cannot ignore, and you've got a very, very smart play caller on the sidelines for Canandaigua, just looking to pick apart little pieces. When you get too wide into that double quick twins coverage, you wind up leaving a big gap off tackle that this offense is going to exploit all day long.
So we've got a Gates Chili player down, and want to thank everybody for joining us on the Rock Sports Network simulcast right here, along with ChosenSpotRadio.com. Ralph Honda is ranked number 1 in Western New York for overall customer satisfaction. Come see how we do Honda right at Ralph Honda. See the 2020 Hondas arriving daily at Ralph Honda, including the Odyssey, Pilot, and Civic. A short drive to West Ridge Road at Elm Grove and online at ralphhonda.com. Also want to be, and the Yankees have taken a 3-2 lead. Go Yankees! Be sure to go Yankees! Be sure to check out the RockSportsNetwork.com, where you'll be able to watch tonight's game and all of our games and sports shows this season on demand 24/7 and on your smart TV, desktop, or mobile device. RockSportsNetwork.com, Rochester's only local sports channel.
Diane Vigneri is an associate broker with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services and is a lifelong resident of Canandaigua. Diane has a vast wealth of knowledge and experience in the area where we all work, play, and dream. Diane uses state-of-the-art marketing tools to get the results needed in an ultra-competitive market that is hot and getting hotter. Services include cutting-edge technology for the best real estate experience. Call 585-704-2229 to see how you can put Diane Vigneri's high degree in customer satisfaction and expert negotiation skills to work for you.
All right, so that was James Harris IV, walked off the field under his own power. Here's Nemo, hands off to Wyand off the left-hand side. Now, Wyand is going to get right to midfield. That's Hunter Wyand, the senior, so it's nice to see Wyand out there. So a little bit more of that depth by the Braves.
Nice little move to his left. Plants goes straight up the middle. 2 arms on the football. You got to love the way he's protecting the ball. He's going to make sure he gets yardage, and he doesn't give anything to the defense. Really nice run.
Jackson Neiman, the junior, now in at quarterback for Canandaigua. Set up at the midfield marker, 2nd and 5. Here is the handoff to Wyand once again. Looks like he's going to pick up 3 yards on the shoestring tackle for Gates Chili. Looked like that was number 50, Ethan Milligan, a 5'10", 180 junior.
Working a little counter after that last play. Braves are back up to line of scrimmage. Ball dead center. The emblem in the middle of the field is absolutely gorgeous. They put a beautiful rendition of a Spartan right in the middle of the field. You know, there's lots of different things that high schools do. This is one of the best pictures in the center of the field that I've seen.
It is. Very nice and clear. Very high def. Here is the handoff to Wyan from Neiman, and he is not going to get to the first down marker on 4th down. Nice job by Gates Chili to dig in defensively. Pelosi as well as, I was going to say 61, but I don't have one.
They did dig in there. That was an important play for the Spartans. They needed to make a statement. They dug right in. They needed to make a statement. We're going to come with a punt here. It's 4th down. We're going to come with a punt. We're going to see. They're going to try to get them back deep. The receiver's back very close to the 10-yard line right now. They're really respecting the leg of our kicker.
Canandaigua's first punt of the day. Joey Urlacher up. No distance. A lot of air, though. Lands at about the 30. And it will roll down to about the 27-yard line. Take it away, Greg.
No, enjoy the way I do. He wishes he could have that one back in his hands.
Oh, yeah.
He just didn't catch that. You know, toe straight up in the air. The ball just chipped off the side of his foot a little bit. You want your kicker pointing the toe. You want that ball hitting the top of your foot just off to the side enough to get a little spiral action out of it. Joey was really expecting that ball to be down to the 10, and so was the Spartan return team. They were all the way back to the 10, ready to return. Joey chipped it off the side of his foot. Didn't work out for him. I'm sure he'll nail the next one when he gets an opportunity.
All right, once again, fans, can't thank our sponsors enough, whether they're on Rock Sports Network or here on Chosen Spot Radio during our simulcast. You are the reason we do this, and the sponsors are the means by which we are able to. When you use our sponsors' products, when you go to their social medias, please let them know that you heard or saw their ad here on Chosen Spot Radio or Rock Sports Network, and then that way they will know that it's money well spent, and they'll continue to do that, which will help us continue to be able to bring you local high school and college sports here on the Rock Sports Network and on Chosen Spot Radio. So timeout on the field. We're going to step aside, raise a little bit. You know what? I'm going to stay right here. I got to tell you a little bit about Eagle Insurance. Now, Eagle Insurance, we've got some things coming up here. Let's see. Geneva, Pelmac, halftime Geneva up at Eagle Insurance. Todd Allen at 1286 Blossom Road on Route 96 near the new Mark's Pizzeria. Medicare's annual enrollment period is from October 15th to December 7th. Eagle Insurance is certified with all the insurance plans so they can review all the new plans for 2020. Now, I'm on Medicare, and I'm going to be heading out that way within the next few days to talk about them. And here's the great thing. It doesn't cost you any money. It gets billed back to the insurance. So Siplin back in now for Gates Chili, and it looks like he's going to pick up a few yards running right up the middle before being brought down by a host of Braves.
He had to run up the middle. We're still in the 4-4 defense. Both sides of the 4-4 defense work to the outside. Guards worked away from each other. Outside backers worked away from each other, giving the cutback to the middle. What I loved about that particular defensive set, they did give up 3 yards, but what I loved about that set is they funneled everything to the center of the field, and that linebacker just mopped it up.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 7 for the Gates Chili Spartan. Siplin now in at quarterback. So as such, he's going to put some touch. He's got a man downfield at the 40, down to the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Pass is complete to Deonze Strong, a 5'9", 165 junior.
Ball started on the 30, launched that thing quite a long ways. It was a nice touch. If he threw it too far, if he threw it too long, there was some coverage beyond where the ball was caught. There was also under coverage. He laid that right into the perfect spot on the field. Give the Braves defense a little bit of credit. They were able to recover because he had the ball in open space. 3 tacklers converged, made that tackle. Great gain for the Spartans. There's the spark.
1st and 10 for Gates Chili. Here is the handoff to Pelosi. He's going to break through initial contact. He's going to head to the pylon, and he is going to get in. Blake Pelosi, 33-yard touchdown run, puts Gates Chili on the board at 7:57.
We've been talking about their explosiveness, their potential. They could explode and create offense at any point in time. Now, he was a little bogged down in the middle of the field there. He went off tackle to the left, a little bogged down, just kind of shook off those arm tackles, continued to move to his left, found himself to the sidelines, and then put some speed into the end zone. There was nobody catching him. They have potential to score every time they touch the ball.
70-yard touchdown drive capped off by a 33-yard run by Blake Pelosi. Puts Gage Chilai on the board at 7:57. All right, look at that nice touchdown emblazoned on the deal. Here is the PAT. It's down, it's up, and it is good. So with 7:57 left to play, Canandaigua leads 34-7. We're going to step aside real quick, raise a little bit of revenue. Canandaigua Braves football here on Rock Sports Network and Chosen Spot Radio.
Only $7.99 for a Bill Gray's Great Plate every Tuesday.
Hi, I'm Zach Ralph. We've been selling cars for more than 80 years. We're family owned, family run, 3 generations strong.
Come see the 2020 Hondas. There's something for every lifestyle.
Whatever you're looking for in your next car, you'll find it at Ralph Honda.
Daddy had surgery and his pain was put to ease.
Lattimore Physical Therapy.
Left to play here in the final frame. Gage Chilai on the board after a 70-yard drive capped off by a 33-yard Blake Pelosi run. And Pelosi shook the initial contact. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, shook another tackle, went to the house down the left-hand side.
That's what happens when you keep your feet moving. He kept his feet moving through the first, second, even the third contact. He kept his feet moving, kept moving toward the open territory, found himself on the sidelines for a beautiful touchdown run.
All right, fans, at the end of the game, we are going to choose Bill Gray's player of the game, and then we will choose the Finger Lakes Handyman Services player of the game. And ball is picked up right around the 10-yard line by Dominic Camella. And he does what Josh Allen should have done last week and slides in at the 25.
Beautiful catch. That is much more difficult than he made it look.
Absolutely.
That ball is diving right at his feet. He found a way to slide in underneath the ball to ensure that that ball didn't get tipped or touched back to the defense in any way. That's really difficult to do. I think that that's the right move to make the slide under the ball as opposed to putting your hands down next to the turf where it becomes much more difficult to catch it. Great job on him.
Yes or no, will Josh Allen play Sunday?
Yes, he will.
All right, he was out there practicing full speed today. Here we go. Here is Nemo. Hand off the right-hand side to Taylor. He spins, comes away, and look at this. He turns nothing into a big gainer coming down the left-hand side before being brought down from behind by Daniel Tantillo. Sorry, buddy.
Ball started out at the 25-yard line. He takes it all the way down to the other team's 40. Now, he was stopped. He was stopped dead in his tracks in the backfield.
35 yards.
There was a 35-yard run, stopped dead in the backfield. But what he did, he's moving to his right. He runs into an absolute wall. But he didn't get anything there. He spins, he runs, he puts what speed he's got to the turf. He gets all the way back around the left-hand side, gets deep, and then when he's into the backfield, he's outrunning defensive backs.
Jackson Nemo in at QB. Hands off to Taylor. They read his tea leaves on that one. And he isn't going to pick up anything. In fact, looks like he's going to lose yards, second 11.
That's probably going to be one of the toughest minus-yard runs ever. They hit him with 3 guys, and he didn't go down. He kept moving forward. They got a little forward progress. He wound up falling forward a little bit. But when you hit him like that, I know the defense has got to feel that shot because he's got his shoulder down.
I felt it.
Moving full force into line. That is a tough -2.
Absolutely. All right, here's the handoff to Chris Taylor. He goes off the right-hand side, picks up a handful. All right. Take it away.
Nice job. Just off tackle to the left. He's moving that ball forward again. We've got some positive yardage. We're looking at inside running game. I think we're going to stick between the tackles. We've got a 3rd down, about 8. We're going to see these guys have a chance to run that ball. These guys have a chance to block. These guys are excited about what's going on right now. It doesn't matter what score is up on the board. These kids want to get this ball all the way to the end zone.
All right, here we go for our 3rd and 8 for Canandaigua. Here's the keeper for Nemo. Can't get to the edge, can't turn it up. Great pursuit by Devin Walton from Gates Chili.
He's got a lot of speed. To get him down before he gets to that corner, before he can turn the ball up, he's moving to his left. He's got good speed. He runs out of room because the pursuit is very, very good. That's a feather technique. They don't allow him to get upfield. The defenders are moving sideways, continually stringing that play out until it gets to the sideline. That 12th man, that sideline, that's what they're trying to do, making sure the player doesn't get anything upfield, moving sideways, feathering the ball out of bounds.
Great long pole defender, by the way, Jackson Neiman. Here we go. Joey Urlacher. He gets a piece of that one, angles it for the corner. It lands at about the 12, and it's going to roll down out of bounds, right, or be touched just in bounds right about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, he's going to be happy with that one. He couldn't really unleash his leg on that kick. He got a lot of height. Good job covering that punt by the whole punt team. They got down there. The ball took a nice bounce, and had they not touched it, it probably would have gone out on the 7. It was well timed to touch that ball down it, so the offensive return team couldn't do anything with it.
Bob Johnson's goal is to give you the best deal on the best new or used vehicle possible. If you're not sure, excuse me, what you've been looking for in a new car, truck, or SUV, stop by and talk with our expert sales team, and they'll help you figure out which model fits your needs and requirements best. Bob Johnson Chevrolet, Ridge Road West in Greece. So here we go. 1st and 10 for Gates Chili. Excuse me, from their own 7-yard line here at beautiful, beautiful Spartans Field. No question about it. Here is Siplin. He's going long down the right-hand side to Devin Walton, and he's going to pick it up right about the 40-yard line. He's going to fight through the contact of the defender, Benjamin Ojeda, and he's going to knock that down, and he's going to pick up, what do we have? Well, it's out to the 43, started at the 7. You do the math.
Well, I'm going to talk about the coverage first. It was good coverage. The defender was there. The ball was high. He threw that ball up for grabs. The difference in that reception, we had a knockdown reception. Did a great job catching the ball. The receiver stopped and went up for the ball. The defender stayed down low and played the ball. Made the tackle, but who goes highest for the ball is usually the guy who comes down with the reception.
Siplin with a quick out over here to Walton again. Now, one thing I've noticed about Siplin, though, Coach, he almost jumps. He picks that back leg up when he's not throwing off his back foot. Imagine how far downfield he's going to be able to go when he learns how to plan off of that back foot.
No, if you're talking about mechanics, you're absolutely right. He does not drive that back leg in and drive his body forward. He throws all arm, and he has got a very, very good arm.
He's got good touch, too.
A few more mechanics in that throwing position, that absolute driving off the back foot and driving through with the shoulder, he could really be a playmaker.
4:30 left to play. Swing pass to Pelosi over on the side. Read well by Canandaigua, though. Read very well by the Braves. Going to be throwing for a big loss, and who made that tackle has been mobbed by the Braves, and can't tell what number that was, but he can't tell.
Nice job on the offense. They swing the quarterback a little bit to the right and then throw it to the running back just out of the backfield. A lot of times when that running back comes out of the backfield, he gets lost in the wash. That particular time, the Braves read it all the way across. It was a good pass, let him with the ball. Braves read it, got into the backfield, and dropped him for a solid loss.
Nice. That'll bring up 3rd and about 14. They've got 15 on the board. Here is Siplin. Going to roll to the far side, and he's going to keep it. He's going to tuck and run. Good coverage downfield for the Braves. Although there were a couple Gates Chili Spartans behind the defenders. You could even see kind of the frustration by Adam Williams. Adam Williams was like, "You had me, bro."
Yeah, they did get a little bit of distance on the defensive backfield, but it's difficult. They're running the quarterback in the short side of the field. He's a right-handed quarterback running in the short side of the field, rolling to his left. It's awful difficult to get more than a 20, even a 30-yard pass when that quarterback's working away from his solid arm. If they roll him back to the right, give him some room toward his throwing arm, I'll bet he can get that ball down behind the defense.
4th and 10. Siplin on the out route to Walton. Walton has first down yardage before going out of bounds inside Canandaigua territory. 1st and 10 for Gates Chili.
Boy, Walton is a real playmaker. He caught that ball in coverage, scooted right around the first tackler, got outside, got the first down. Absolutely critical time. This clock's running down, and I'm sure the Spartans expect to put another 7 points up before it's all done.
2:40 left to play here. Spartans driving in Canandaigua territory from the Canandaigua 47-yard line. Canandaigua leading 34-7. Siplin, the junior, in. Twin sets on both sides. Here is the snap. Pelosi comes out this side and tries to go over to the far side to Williams and passes incomplete. Will stop the clock at 2:18 and bring up 2nd and 10.
They had twins left. The outside man is doing a jet route straight up the sideline. The inside man does a quick slant. The ball was somewhere in between the two of them. There seemed to be a little bit of a confusion by the quarterback on which one he wanted to hit with the ball. But both those receivers had a bit of an opening, but the ball landed between the jet route and the slant.
Man, I'd love to see how they change the numbers on that LED box. Must be a push of a button. 2nd and 10. Siplin looking right. He gets a lot of pressure, and he's going to avoid being brought down and will make it back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of pressure by that Canandaigua Brave defense. Led, looks like we're going to give a shout out to Max Libby.
It's a good thing they had that pressure, too, because they had a running back and a receiver escorting him down the right sideline. The quarterback couldn't get him the ball. The running back swung to the right. The quarterback was bobbing and weaving. Just an avalanche of defenders all over him. Had he gotten that ball out to that running back on the right side, he had an escort in front of him and only one defender between him and the goal line. Now, I know that's a long way to go, but that quarterback never even was able to look up because the pressure came hard and it came fast. These Braves are working really, really hard on the inside to get off their blocks and get back to that quarterback, I should say.
3rd and 10. We've got a whistle. What I like is you just used avalanche and escort in the same sentence at a football game.
Not easy to do, but in that play, both aspects are right there in front of us. This stuff writes itself. These kids are so much fun to watch. They've got their heart and soul into it. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to these Gates Chili fans.
Yes.
When that 7 points went up on the board, there was a roar. These guys aren't going anywhere. They love their community football here. They cheer these kids on. They're here for the cheerleaders. They're here for the band. They're here for the football players. And that was a tremendous roar when they put that 7 points up. No one's going home early tonight. Regardless of the score, nobody's going home early tonight.
Yep, like we alluded to earlier. Everybody's still getting riled up. The cheerleaders are still going at it. The players are still playing their hearts out. Here's Pelosi up the middle. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage before being brought down by the front line. It looked like I'm going to give – I'll once again give Max Libby a shout out there. The linebacker stepping up and making the stop.
They threw everything.
He's on the end.
They literally threw everything but the kitchen sink at him on that play. They had linebackers, they had outside backers, they had tackles in on that stop. It was amazing. Now, they're not blitzing anything. You're just sitting back playing a nice, calm defense. They want to be sure that there's no big plays. These elusive backs, they are so fast, so unpredictable. You just got to settle and play fundamentally sound football.
Down to 20 seconds here, and Siplin is going to overthrow Devin Walton, and that's almost a microcosm of the whole game, the way the game has gone for the Gates Chili Spartans. Had an opportunity there and just aired it out.
It really is, and you know, I never second-guess the play call because these guys know their players, they know the game, it's their team, they're coaching their team the way they want to coach it. There's a few times when you go, ooh, they're going inside, why? They're going long, why? I don't know why. I just know that this Braves defense is very, very stout on the inside. They did some good jobs deep in the backfield. They did give up some long passes. I think the tale of the tape for the Spartans is simply some drop passes early in the game.
There you have it. So this is fourth win in a row for Canandaigua, fourth loss in a row for Gates Chili. As alluded to at the beginning, Gates Chili started off with a win and have lost their last four now, and Canandaigua started off with a loss and have won their last four. So they are going to have the Go-Go Greece Olympia Odyssey next week back at home. We're going to step aside real quick. We've got to pick a couple players of the game, athlete of the game, and we'll talk about that when we come back. Canandaigua victorious victorious. 4th win in a row now, and they are going to win 34-7 over the Gates Chi-Li Spartans. We'll be right back, right here on the station for Braves Nation, the home for high school sports. You know where, Chosen Spot Radio.